Hey everyone, Mary here with a video about what Reiki is and how it works. Okay, so I've had my Reiki and energy healing business. It's actually 4 years this month, January of 24 here. I'm recording this. And I must say that most people have sometimes heard of Reiki, but they don't really know what it is as they come in for their first session. A lot of times they'll say a friend of mine had it and they say you really need to try this, or they've tried everything else and they just throw caution to the wind and try energy medicine or some sort of alternative modalities. So Reiki, right? Now, Reiki itself is an energy unto itself, right? It has its own intelligence. It is that universal life energy that we're all made from. It does have an intelligence all its own, and it does work with your higher self or your soul, if you will, during sessions to decide where the energy is going to go, what to do with it. So I think most practitioners around the planet have started their Reiki journey with something called Usui Reiki. Usui Reiki is, it comes from a gentleman named Mikao Usui, about 100 years ago, 1920s, in Japan, and he's credited for bringing Reiki into modern times. Now, there are several other kinds of Reiki energy that have come to the planet since then, but I think each has their own focus for healing, and each has their own vibration, their energetic vibration. So myself, I'm a level 3 Usui practitioner, but I'm also a master level practitioner teacher of Holy Fire energy, which is a bit higher vibrational than Usui. And then I'm also a master level of Tree of Life Reiki, which is an animal energy, or an energy for animals and nature, as well as strengthening the connection between humans and animals. So Reiki comes from the divine. It comes from the source, from creator, from God, from the universe, whatever your word for that higher out there supreme being is. So it's basically a gift, to humanity. And when students are in classes receiving the energy, receiving the Reiki attunements, or having the energy placed into them, they're receiving it from source, from God, from divine, from whatever your word for it is. And once they receive it, they then have the ability to have the energy channel through them, out their hands, the energy comes, and onto whoever they're working on. So it's marketed as an ancient Japanese relaxation technique. And I say that relaxation is the emphasis word here, because when you have relaxation in the body's all calm, relaxed, non-stressed. Our bodies, in their infinite wisdom, know how to heal themselves, but we need to give them half a chance to do that, right? You're not going to be able to heal in a stressed environment. So Reiki brings in the relaxation that allows the body and the higher self to work with the Reiki energy and start the healing process and addressing what areas of need the body has. So I should say too that no practitioner worth their weight should ever say that Reiki can heal a specific issue, or that one session will fix everything, because that is not true. Let's just say so let's just use an example of, you've got a client who comes in with left knee pain. Okay, very common. And they've tried physical therapy, they've tried shots, they've tried everything. The doctor's talking surgery, they don't want to do it. So again, they're last ditch effort, trying alternative things. So they're thinking one session's going to work. Well, very rarely does it work in one session, but let's just say they're on the table, they're getting Reiki. Now, Reiki, again, works with your higher self. It has an intelligence all its own. So let's just say, it's not to say that the energy, with the intention of the client and the practitioner having the knee as the focus, is not going to get addressed. But let's just say the client has some early kidney failure that they don't even know they have. So most of the energy could be, diverted over to the kidneys. So the client who gets on the table with 8 out of 10 pain in the knee maybe gets off the table with 4 out of 10. They're pleased, but they're a little disappointed because, it wasn't one session, one hit wonder. And again, it's not really the way Reiki works. So another example, and this happens more often than not in my practice, is you've got the clients that'll come in and they'll do, let's just say, 5 or 6 sessions. They've had 5 or 6 sessions for something like migraines. And it's not to say that the migraines are not improving. You might have diminishment in frequency or intensity of the migraines after 5 or 6 sessions, but they're a little discouraged, right? Because they thought they'd be gone. So I look at their intake forms and we discuss other issues that they had coming into me for the first time. And they say, okay, well, in addition to migraines, I had some GI upset. So then I ask about this 6 sessions in, and they say, you know what? Come to think of it, I'm not using my Metamucil as much, or I don't really have the need for my heartburn medicine as much. I just didn't even notice it. Or the same thing with anxiety. They'll say, I have not needed my Xanax for quite a while now. So it's L energy works very slow, very subtle, and there's subtle notices. So I tell people, look, you've got to trust the body. I can't tell you that your migraines will be gone after 3 more sessions. I have no idea what your body has in store. All we can do is keep offering your body the relaxation and the calm it needs to continue its healing process. Your body and Reiki are going to heal according to your highest and greatest good, which sadly is not sometimes addressing somebody's pain or quality of life as fast as they want. So at this point, I usually suggest people taking my level 1-2 class of Reiki, because after the class, they can do Reiki on themselves, others, and distantly. But it's more cost effective, if you think about it, to take the class, receive the energy yourself, and be able to put Reiki on your knee every day on your own. Or give Reiki for yourself every day for your own migraines. At the same time, then you also have the energy to help with maybe a parent's arthritic issues, or the anxiety of your teenager, or even your pet's issues, or your plants. So cost effective, something to think about. And a lot of my 1-2 students have been that reason, have because of limited resources, they will stop sessions and just take Reiki and then heal themselves, and that's fine. Wonderful. The other thing I'd like to talk to you about is just a little bit about how a session goes. Now, of course, every practitioner is different. I'm also certified as an energy medicine practitioner, so I do bring in energy medicine techniques to help open the body up energetically to receive the Reiki a little bit more. So every practitioner will most likely have their clients start out in a relaxed position, either sitting or lying down. Usually some meditative music or quiet environment, no distractions is preferred. And Reiki can be done with touch or no touch. And so it's up to the client's desires on that. Many people fall asleep, but you can also see things, like see colors, see images. You can hear things, you can smell things that aren't in the room. You can feel waves of energy in your body and tingles and warm and cool sensations. There's really no limit to what you can feel. Some people have actually astroplaned during Reiki sessions, or felt so floaty that they don't feel the table under them anymore. I think the number one thing I hear from people who get off the table for the first time is, I'm not really sure what just happened to me. Very relaxed, very good, but wow. And so I always tell people, look, journal things. You know, Reiki is a medium that I think our soul or higher self uses to give us messages, specifically metaphorical, unfortunately. So it's not a black and white yes or no answer to some questions that you may have. So they'll show you images to things that might not make sense to you in the moment, but maybe 3 days from now, next week, they might. So write everything down after a Reiki session. And as with all energy work, hydration is key, because it is so detoxifying. So as things are being pulled out of your cellular memory and being healed, we need to flush those out of your system. So next 24 hours after a session, push the water, and a baking soda salt bath, Himalayan or sea salt, anything to help strengthen the aura and help remove those toxins. So I'm going to put a link below to my website if you have any interest in some Reiki classes or Reiki sessions. As always, likes, comments, subscribes, greatly appreciated, everyone. And Reiki is done distantly, so that's the next video. where I hope I have succeeded in explaining a very scientific, like a quantum kind of concept of distant healing in English. So let me know how I did. Check it out, because all my Reiki classes are online, and I go into that in that video as well. So everyone, take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.